So today I have the pleasure of being here with love expert Sujeiry Gonzalez, who is going to give us some tips and recommendations for Valentine's Day of how to cope if you're single. Sujeiry, first of all, welcome to the offices of Valentine.
Thank you for having me.
And I would like to know, tell us a little bit about your background first, about this book that you have coming up, and how did you become a love expert?
Well, first, my background, I began as a relationship writer. I started a blog writing about all my terrible dating experiences and bashing my exes while changing their names so I can protect their privacy and they don't sue me. And it just kind of transitioned into me giving advice. I had a column for Mi Gente, Nuevo TV. Then I started writing for Latina as a dating blogger. Now I'm their relationship writer. And, you know, I have lovesuheiry.com where I started giving advice there. And it just became this bigger than life type of label where it's like I'm an expert. I say I'm more like a specialist because I don't think anyone's an expert at anything, especially regarding love. I mean, we grow all the time and learn more about ourselves and relationships as we age and go along and have experiences. As for the book, this is my second book. My first book is Dating Right. My first book is Love Trips, a collection of relationship stumbles. So that was a collection of all the stories of kind of me learning how to date better and how to be smarter, but still not quite getting it. A lot of cocotazos. So I talk a lot about the bad that happened. I call it the what not to do relationship book. So just don't do anything that I did and you'll be fine. The second book is Dating Right, Advice on Dating Woes from your go-to chica, because that's me. And it's definitely a guide. It is a guide how to deal with sexting, how to deal with texting, a guy that won't call, a guy that stops calling, how to kind of deal with being in the meantime and being single but not having any prospects. Like, what do you do with that time? Drunk dialing, booty buddies, whatever you want to think about regarding dating in the modern age with social media and all the changes that we've come up that have come about because of online dating and everything. I have it in the book. So it really is the ultimate guide for the single gal that's living in New York City and like really trying to date and kind of navigate what it's like to be single in the city.
Wow, that's very interesting, actually, because now that we are in Valentine's Day month and week,
Yes.
there's a lot of people that are single, and,
Yes.
and you know, they could be depressing for many women and men as well. So what suggestions or recommendations will you have for all those single ladies and gentlemen out there as to how to cope with being single on Valentine's Day?
Yes, Valentine's Day there's a lot of pressure for couples, but there's way more pressure for singles because, you know, it's kind of like in your face. You can't ignore Valentine's Day. You go to a pharmacy and you have chocolates. You're on the subway and it's like there's the girl with the balloons. I hate her, right? Because she has a relationship and I don't. But there are ways to cope, and it's not the end of the world if you're single Valentine's Day. The first thing that I recommend is go to a singles party. So there's something that I do also called the friend of a friend party, and I'm actually going to have an event in the spring. You bring a friend of the opposite sex that's single, and everyone does too. So it's a way to meet people. In New York City, there's tons of events for singles as well at bars and restaurants. If you don't want to go out, you can invite people over, invite all your single friends over, have some drinks, cook some dinner. You can go to a comedy club. If you don't want to do anything with your friends, or all your friends are married and have kids, do charity work. I think that's great to be able to give back. It puts it in perspective that you're not as alone as you think you are when you see how other people live that are less fortunate than you. Third tip I would say is definitely to write a letter when you're in your home and you just have your glass of wine and you don't really want to go out on Valentine's Day. Write a letter to your future self on Valentine's Day of 2016, basically expressing all the joy that you're feeling with the significant other that you have at the time. It's almost like a manifestation. So hopefully the following year you will have someone. And if you don't, that's okay, because you have to remember on Valentine's Day that you do have people that love you. So Valentine's Day is not just about romantic love. Consumerism wants you to think it is, but remember when you're feeling down that you have people who love you in this world. Go visit your mom on Valentine's Day. You know, spend time with your kids if you have children. Go out with your friends. Go out with coworkers. Appreciate what you have, and Valentine's Day as a single person will be that much better.
I think that's actually fabulous advice, because you're right. Valentine's Day could become a commercial. Actually, it has been a commercial holiday. kind of like Mother's Day as well, very commercial holiday. And it's not just for couples, it's also for friends and family. But I want to know, a lot of people kind of tend to keep their relationship experiences to themselves. And I want to know what encouraged you to be outspoken and share your experiences with so many.
The weird thing is that when I was writing my blog, I just really wanted to have a platform to become a better writer. So I was in graduate school at the time, and I wanted to become really disciplined. I wasn't writing for any platform, and I just thought, well, if I could write a blog once a week about something that I love, which is relationships, and something that I'm going through, this will help me cope. It'll be like healing, but then it'll get me really disciplined. So when I'm ready to start writing professionally, I have this portfolio, and not only that, I have the determination and the just really the structure that is needed to be a freelance writer, because you have to find structure within the chaos when you're a freelance writer. So it kind of came about that way, and then it just got this response from people. People were so just connected, and it was so relatable. I was talking about things that all women go through, lack of self-worth, daddy issues, from dating to the guy who stopped calling to, a broken heart. Whatever it was, I was putting it on the page. It was honestly initially to help me heal and to help me become a disciplined writer. And I just didn't even realize that I was putting that much on the page. I think as a writer, and as a person, I'm just really straightforward and really raw. And, I've been super blessed to have that personality and not really fear what other people are going to think, because it's helping people. It helps people to connect to someone who's experiencing what they're experiencing.
I think you're right, and I think that's a fabulous contribution that you're making to our community. And I also want to know where, if people want to go and check out, your blog and all your other articles, where can they go and visit and get more information?
Well, everything that I write is always on lovesujeiry.com, and anything whether from Latina or Cosmo for Latina, wherever I've written, I always have the content there, and there's tons of content also on lovesujeiry.com. It is a full-fledged digital platform, so I have other writers who write about love and relationships and sex, and I also do original pieces there as well. So I have live coaching, there's events, I do have my new book, and there's a book launch February 27th, so you can go to lovesujeiry.com for more information about that also.
Any social media handles?
Love Sujeiry. It's good for branding, so it's always the same. Love Sujeiry on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, my Facebook fan page. You can find me at Love Sujeiry.
Well, ya saben, mi gente. For all those single gals and girls out there, you could get all the information you need and tips and advices from Love Sujeiry here. And also stay tuned for this article on LatinTimes.com.